Skip fearless.
Right, just
John Lee.
I can rap about gold chains. I can rap about gold chains. I can rap about gold chains. I can rap about more. I can rap about I can rap about.
Alright, so Skip, for people who, aren't familiar with you, how would you describe yourself?
I'm actually quite reserved. I like to really just do what I gotta do. I love music. I've always loved watching people like Michael Jackson. I think he really motivated me to really pick up like this production and just the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause he did everything, man. So I just really like music. I like to produce, do a little bit of rapping, and a little bit of playing the guitar too.
Okay, guitar.
Yeah, so
All right,
I feel like
that's
I
awesome.
take a lot of my inspiration from Cardo. You know what I'm saying? And you used to know the whole vibe he gave Wiz. So,
Yeah.
I really take a lot of notes from that. What I try to do is work with conscious artists that know what's going on in the world. They keep themselves informed, and so they, delivery, their lyrics and stuff. They talk about that type of thing. So, it's gonna be something you can nod your head to, but it's gonna be something that you can actually get something out of.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, that kind of goes into my next question. I was going to ask, kind of what inspired you? You said Michael Jackson. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
did you have any other influences that made you want to be like, okay, I really want to pursue music?
Michael for sure. Like I said, Cardo, Dr. Dre. Let's see, Charles Hamilton, who we'll get to later.
Yep.
Kanye, guys like that. Just really artistic guys.
Yeah.
That almost are misunderstood in a way. But you cannot deny the musical craft. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
And I did want to say, when I looked at your site for your LP, it's described your music as kind of like an ambient kind of trap, experimental hip hop sound.
Yeah.
For like, how would you explain that to somebody?
I call it ambient trap. So what I try to do really, because a lot of what Toronto's doing, I love their sound with Party Next Door, Drake, of course, and, The Weeknd. It's really ambient sounds. What I try
Kind of
to
like
do,
vibey and everything.
yeah, exactly. And I tried to mix that with kind of what we got going on down here in the South. Atlanta's bumping, Mike Will, Drummer Boy, 808 Mafia. They're getting it. It's straight up banger trap songs. So I try to put that together.
Okay. I got you. And then how do you add, because you're from Nashville, how do you kind of throw in your own little Nashville sound to it?
I make it gritty. Because I feel like Nashville hip hop.
That's a real good adjective.
Yeah. Nashville hip hop was more gritty than I think we get credit. Like the Young Buck, especially when he was first coming up, a lot of that stuff was really New York sounding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Real hip hop sounding. So
and people don't usually expect that from the South.
Right, exactly. So I definitely try to take that shit on.
Yeah.
You really do. And I feel like with my production, that's what I want to do. I'm just trying to, like, I saw that I'm good at it.
Yeah.
I saw people nodding their head, to my beats and stuff like that. And we did shows, and it's just like, I dropped this album, people received it well. I just thought all of that was basically pointing to, I got to keep doing it. And I got to keep getting better. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to do right now, is just like say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Keep working hard.
Production-wise for you, like, what do you put into your music that makes people want to listen to it?
I have my own style, and I really want to make it like, I have a formula that I put into every beat so that it really waits to drop, and then I drop the hi-hats, and then that's when the verse come in. So it's like, you hear Dr. Dre beat, you hear a Drummer Boy beat, or you hear a DJ Mustard beat.
Yeah.
You know it's
like they're stamped,
Right, you know it's down. And so I feel like with Skip Fearless, I want to make that same approach to my beat. It's like, okay, this is Skip. Even B.B. King. You know what I'm saying? Never know. So,
I need to go there.
B.B. King,
I've never been.
definitely. Yeah, there's some rich history over there. Yeah, so, okay, with being in Memphis and, all that kind of, like, history and culture over there, do you think that helps you out as an artist, too? Do you kind of, like, pull from that?
Yes. since I grew up in Nashville, and we know the situation about Nashville, you know, country music capital of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, kind of, hip hop is very shunned here.
Yeah.
And so going back to Memphis, where hip hop is glorified, and, you know, you see guys like UCJ, Lil White, like I said, Drummer Boy earlier,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, Project Pat, DJ Paul, like, these guys really, I feel like rival, or if not overtake Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that helps. It helps coming down there and being supported. And
Yeah.
actually people coming out to see what you're doing and want to, you know, experience your music of the
Yeah.
players
Okay.
that I actually know.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope it's gonna be more things like vinyl, but on a smaller scale.
Mm-hmm.
We just come to a big old field, we set up and we just play.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like I want to make it natural. We got to start taking advantage of the spring and summer, because after this winter, like, we need to be outside.
Right.
We need to be enjoying the weather. And I feel like the future of hip hop. We need to start doing more festivals,
Yeah.
more, you know, things outdoors.
Yeah.
And
Being an outlet for the people.
right, and just do like that, because I know vinyl was obviously the big one, Coachella,
Yeah.
things like that, but we can also do some smaller ones. There's some
Yeah.
films out
Cause
here.
I was in high school, like.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
That was like back in the early like blog rapper days,
Right.
and then he kind of fell off a little bit. There were so many weird rumors about Charles Hamilton. People were saying like he had cancer or
Right, I remember
he had
that.
AIDS
Yeah,
or something,
yeah,
or he
yeah.
died. And I'm just like,
I
I was like, what are y'all doing to him? And then all of a sudden he's back. Like literally when I heard that he returned, like he's making his little comeback, I was like, didn't y'all say he was dead? Like,
Right.
where did he
all
come back
types
from?
of stuff.
And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But he recently did like a Hot 97 interview, and he was kind of talking about everything. And basically, what the hiatus chopped it up to, it was like, you know, people's negativity is people like breaking down and everything. And he said that he became introverted. Like as an artist, for you, how do you take criticism? Like, do you think there's a line where people go like too far? Because like with social media and stuff like that, it's a lot of free speech. People literally say what they want. Like, do you
Whatever
think
they want.
there's barriers?
Yeah, I think that, you know, there is a such thing as constructive criticism. Definitely. You can sit a guy down and say, hey, you know, I appreciate your work ethic, but hey, we got to change these things, you know. And I can appreciate that from anyone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I do think sometimes fans or people close to the artist can overstep that line.
Definitely.
And kind of make them feel emotional or down. And I think that's kind of what you don't want. That's not what you want to accomplish. You don't want to down the artist. You want to make them shoot for more. You know what I'm saying? To say, hey, I want you to reach harder next time. I can see CH is a very emotional guy, and so I can see how, you know, that did kind of contribute to that introverted phase.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, being that, you know, you really like the production, what's like your favorite part of kind of putting a track together, since you kind of do it all and can do it all for yourself?
My favorite part is seeing it go from, like, we're making the beats, so the metronome is still on, like, we're still making mistakes and stuff like that. To see it go from, you know, FL Studio or Pro Tools or Logic, to see it go from there to being performed on the stage is, I think, the best part. And I know that's very holistic, but it's really kind of cool to see that hard work does pay off.
Right.
It really does.
It's kind of seeing like your creation come to life. There's other people who are gonna, you know, like, you know, oh, I like this, you know, I'm gonna go put the money on it. But it's like, you know, nobody really has the money to pay $15, $17 for the deluxe edition of an album or album period. So people are paying for like Spotify and all that free streaming. I do. I'm a Spotify
I was
person.
paying the $10
I have to
a
admit.
month. Like it is so worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
I'm a Spotify person, but for me, it's just like, it's just so I can have that access to it right there, and especially because, like, you know, it's other factors that play into it too, because it's like people don't have CD players. People really don't invest in that kind of thing.
Unless it's in the car.
Unless it's in the car. And it's just like, it's kind of like that necessity to have it at your fingertips. And I think streaming is going to end up hurting in the end, because it's like the artist only gets a couple cents per stream off that song.
And I know all about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not enough. Royalties is not enough, especially when you're dealing with a record company. It's going to take a lot of those royalties from you anyway.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, how I feel about that, I just think, like, to the artist, if the artist, like, really loves what they're doing, like they'll make money regardless.
Yeah.
So it's like it'll be free for everyone to download. Like it'll be there, but I just feel like if they're good at it, they will like just money will come.
As an artist, for you, like when you do get into that part of the business, like what are things you think that you could do for yourself to protect you from like bad deals, or maybe like, you know, like like these people are ripping my music and I still need to make money off this. Like I can't do what I can do for my listeners if nobody's like helping me increase my sales.
I think, honestly, I think the whole record label thing is dying. I think independent artists are the new thing. I think that's the new way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if, again, like I said earlier, if you have the good music, people are gonna follow you. And I think that way it cuts the cake more evenly.
Yeah.
Because you get what you work for, literally. Like you're out here independently doing what you need to do, and instead of like just Warner Brothers or Atlantic or just a few labels having all the power.
Yeah.
Hey, just go out there and do it yourself. Because now that's what's good about the internet. I feel like because some of the resources are available to us.
Mm-hmm.
We can directly submit stuff to iTunes, and we can post videos on YouTube, and we can get Vivos and things like that. And that can help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then too, like, I don't know if y'all ever saw Tyga's Breakfast Club interview, but he said, it's not just music for him. Like, if music falls out, he's got businesses. Like, he's got his clothes, he's got his rolling papers, he's got all this other side stuff to kind of boost him up. Do you think that's becoming a necessity for artists to have, like, a brand just in case they do get screwed over in the end?
Absolutely. I feel like with my brand, Scared for this music, like I got the shirt with Blessed.
Yeah.
That I've done, and I feel like stuff like that, man. I really want to kind of get into the clothing game because I feel like if you're wearing your own clothes, like that's awesome. And if people are buying those clothes, and that's really awesome because now, the music and the clothes go hand in hand.
And it shows that they support your message too.
Right. And you can benefit from that as well. So
yeah.
Shouts out to xbless.com. You make good music. Which chances proven that he can do. He has a whole experience. Like I've seen him when he was at Marathon Music Works. Mm-hmm. He came with Mac Miller. It was a really good show.
It was. Oh my God, yes.
But I saw that like wow, like Chance has a lot of band behind him.
Yeah.
He's really vibing out up there, and he's been touring off Acid Rap for 2 years.
Exactly.
So it must be a good project.
Yeah, and it's in the strength of the music. That's what it shows too.
Right. So I just feel like if you come out with good music, you will see some type of fruit come back.
Yeah.
You have to. It's just, it's the law of karma. You put it out there, it's gonna come back.
Right.